When you hear the phrase digital fashion, what comes to mind? NFTs? Trumped up Instagram filters? Or perhaps you're like me and you hadn't heard of digital fashion until the beginning of this segment. In simple terms, digital fashion is exactly what it sounds like. Clothes made out of pixels you can wear on the internet. And while gaming skins, digital accessories and filters have been around for yonks, these days designers like Tommy Hilfiger and Dolce & Gabbana are getting in on the game, creating digital fashion that's really high-end. There's also stuff like this. It might sound like a flash in the pan, but digital fashion is on its way to becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry. And with fast fashion projected to use up a quarter of the world's carbon budget by 2050, digital fashion could be part of the solution. But is it art? Well, I've tracked down Brad Morris, entrepreneur and founder of Australian digital fashion house Miami, to find out.
If you think about self-expression as a broader form, digital fashion is almost like thinking about a new canvas for creativity. We're not constrained by manufacturing, where we have to produce or source a cotton, a cashmere, a wool, a denim, a leather. Instead, we can start thinking about new textures. So the ability for you to wear cracked earth, lava, ice, water, these are things that you couldn't create in the physical world, but you can create in the digital world. So this is one of my favorite pieces. It's inspired by a piece of art that's called The Lady and the Unicorn. It was commissioned by a French aristocrat when medievalism as an art form transitioned into the Renaissance period. And we took inspiration from that piece, if you like, as a symbol of kind of that transition from the physical to the digital. So this pixel texture was really trying to find an alternative to fur. And so what we did was we delved into the hibiscus flower. And when you think about the pollen that's within the hibiscus flower, you know, the stuff that bees come and kind of feast on, that nectar and that pollen that's in there, we used to kind of inspire this particular piece. So if you have the craft and the attention around the pieces that we're doing, digital fashion really can be that new sort of canvas for creativity. Each individual piece takes thousands of hours. We're talking like 20, 30,000 hours. You know, these are things that you wish existed in the physical world.
So, is digital fashion going to be the silver bullet that'll save the world from carbon emissions? Well, that remains to be seen. Is it art? Well, what do you call a faux fur coat made of pixelated pollen?